Everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto, and let's dig into everything that I covered during the Crypto Minute. It's nuts. Sorry about that. That's Stitch going crazy with somebody probably walking in front of the house. Um, Judge Judge Failla, she is the judge overseeing the SEC versus Coinbase case. All I can say is, wow. I'm going to read you something. I'm going to read you something that's actually in the court documents, and it's going to be a little bit, it should be, numbing to everybody at the SEC. The court document states, what is the difference between those that are not securities and those that are? And how has that been communicated by the SEC to the investing public and to those involved in the space so that they know that this type of asset may implicate the securities laws and some other crypto asset may not? Wow. She went on to say more things, but this particular statement actually stuck out to me because what she's saying is that I see you. I see that you have not been as communicative as you should have been. I see that you have not been clear both to the players in the game as well as the investors. So, what exactly do you do for a living? Full stop. Just right there says it all. Right there says it all. If you really want to break it down, if you're still unsure, what she is asking overall is, what's your case? Because from what she said, the case is not against Coinbase. The case seems to be against the SEC. Now, I'm not saying that's actually her sentiment. That's me. But that's where that kind of a statement leads me. Wow. That brings me on to Representative Ritchie Torres of the Bronx, New York. From the Bronx like me, so I got love for the man. But here's my issue. I think he's a little late to the game talking about how the SEC should, change their ways and questioning, their tactics and everything else. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. I get it. The court case comes out or the rulings come out and now you want to talk a lot of stuff. That's fine. He did say a couple of things previous, but he wasn't as full-throated as he is now. Here's my issue. If you have anything to say right now, to the SEC should be nothing. If you are a rep from New York, you should be saying nothing to the SEC. Instead, you should be looking at our governor and saying, okay, our governor, state attorney general, and the whole lot of them. Okay, ruling's been made. Why are we still blocking XRP and other coins? Why are we still restricting centralized exchanges? Oops. That's where your energy should be. Me, as the educated investor, should be allowed to invest in whatever it is I want to invest in, so long as it's legal. Well, XRP is now legal. So why are you blocking me? You're impeding my growth. Fix it. Straight up, fix it. Told you there are 5 states that are still blocking the purchase of XRP. So people are having to go use, addresses from aunts, uncles, and not just the addresses, but go get IDs so that they can purchase crypto, certain forms of crypto. That's a problem. Rep Ritchie Torres, go do that. Go have conversation with our state attorney general. Go have a conversation with Governor Hochul. Go do that. That's where your energy should be, not wasting time talking about how the SEC this and the SEC that. Pressing matter. Case is done. New York should rescind, remove all restrictions, period. Go do that. Something else that I found interesting is that this week, the SEC officially has accepted applications for Bitcoin spot ETFs officially. That means it kicks off a couple of things, two things that run concurrently: a 21-day comment period and a 45-day review. That means within 45 days, they should have a decision on yay or nay to Bitcoin spot ETFs. There are many applications. That said, there's one more thing that they can do. They can kick the can down the road for another 240 days. Ask Grayscale. I think they did it longer with them, but there have been adjustments to the rules and everything else. But that's 240 days. I would not be surprised if the SEC says, you know what, we're going to deny this, but we're going to kick the can down the road for another 240 days because we can. That's how petty Gary Gensler and the SEC is, or are. That's honestly how I look at them. They're that petty. Now I'm hoping for a positive decision by the end of the year. That would be the normal timing. But as petty as Gary Gensler is, I can clearly see a path. I'm kind of sitting on the fence at 50-50. I can clearly see the path that he'll kick the can down the road for 240 days. Now, we're talking about BlackRock and a few other big players in the space. I think it would be very sticky for them to do so, and I think it would bring on more issues. Because then you have to say, well, why are you kicking the can down the road for 240 days? You have to give me a reason. And unless you're that busy, that means that stop chasing all these stupid cases and concentrate on what you should be concentrating on. That would be it. Plus, if you've allowed futures, then why can't you allow spot? So those are going to be big conversations. Now, I'm also sure that you've heard of Signature Bank and Silicon Valley Bank. Silicon Valley Bank screwing up and actually, doing it to themselves. Signature Bank, a little sketchy there, a little sketchy on that one. It seems like more like the government got involved, and I mean the local government got involved and kind of hemmed them up. That's what it looks like to me. It's probably more research we can do, but it's what it really seems like to me. Now, there's another bank. Customers Bank. Yeah. Now, Customers Bank out of Pennsylvania is doing remarkably well, building partnerships with exchanges, stablecoin issuers, and the lot. And they obviously want to be the crypto bank. They're even making it easy for people with digital assets to flip dollars as fast as they can flip assets, flip fiat. I think that's pretty cool. So that's something I'm going to have to pay attention to. Now, something else that I actually did research was Customers Bank is not involved with FedNow. And that would be because they have their own Customers Bank instant token, which allows that fast fiat transfer. Wow. Just wow. Because I'm thinking about FedNow, and I probably have to dig a little bit more into it, but I'm trying to understand, what the benefit is of FedNow when, transactions are supposed to happen within 24 hours. It's up to the banks to actually move money as fast as they possibly can. They don't want to because overnight they can be making interest on that money, all kinds of things. And then there's a CBDC that could come out. Around the world, you have different CBDCs. You also have cryptos. So I'm trying to understand the whole idea behind FedNow, besides control. I'm having a hard time with that. Anyway, you know what we should do? We should get into the numbers. So let me get you there real quick. Okay, I refreshed this about 10 minutes ago. Just before I started this video, and you can see that we're literally just moving sideways. These are your top 25 losers, top 25 winners. And right now on the loser side, there's really not much going on. I am paying attention to the sway back and forth with Uniswap. Who else is on here that I'm paying attention to? Chainlink dropped 4%. Remember, I have that 5% rule. If you're not moving up, if the move plus or minus is not above 5%, I'm not necessarily paying attention except for the sway, the difference between where you were today, in terms of being up 5% or within the span of 2 days, what that sway is between that time frame. And I probably should build another column in here that points that out. Like, here's your 25, your 2 day difference, your 48-hour differential right there. So that's something I should that might be interesting. So I'll think about that. Harmony 3%. So there's not really much going on other than, hey, everybody, we're moving sideways. Then you've got on the other side, Stellar making a 10% move. If you don't recall, Stellar is just like XRP. So yeah, I would expect where XRP is going for institutions, Stellar is going for, the everyday person. So that's why I kind of like Stellar. I've always liked Stellar. Stellar was actually one of the first investments I made. Along with XRP, I couldn't figure out which one was going to be the one. So I had purchased both, and I was testing with both in terms of transferring money between the wallets to see what kind of speed we would get. I was satisfied with both of them. Here's XRP with a 5% move. Again, it's that sway, how fast. Because if you were paying attention, well, XRP was down. You could have bought it when it was down. Now that it's up 5%, you can, bam, make a quick 5%. I want you to think about that, right? Obviously you could take a loss, but I want you to think about how you can actually make money. You can make money doing trades, dipping in and out of different coins. You could also do the whole Forex thing. How are different coins trading against different coins, and how you could, make money that way. There are lots of different ways that you can make money with crypto, and these are things that I actually pay attention to. Just saying, just so you know. On the big board, you can see that Bitcoin is below the $30,000 mark. However, Ethereum is up above 1900. So again, there's that space that got a little bit wider in terms of, how they move, together, how they correlate. Bitcoin, I think, is going to be above $30,000 today, easily. XRP, like I said, is up. They're up 5%. It's at 78 cents, almost 79 cents. A little earlier, it had touched 80 cents. So there are incremental moves that are going on where you could be taking advantage, right? And you should be paying attention to all of those, as well as doing your own research. When you look across at the big board, looking at just the numbers, you can see where Polygon is now for the year to date below. It's in the red. It's in the red. Now, if you invested 30 days ago, you see that up 24%. It's all about that timing. This is why I keep telling my kids, you have to dollar cost average when you invest. Don't take a whole big chunk and just drop it in. Why not, take bites out of that chunk and drop it in over time? Because again, whatever you invested at the beginning of the year, you're down about 2%. Whatever you invested in over the past 30 days, well, you're up to almost 25%. These are the things that I try to teach people. The more you do your research, the more you start to understand and see patterns. And patterns are a very big deal, a very, very big deal. And you can see right here, we're doing exactly what I said we're doing. We're moving laterally. Now, we took that big drop right here, and we're moving laterally again. I'm expecting another jump up. So that jump up could be, 5-10%. Easily. But we've got a long way to go before it makes that $3,000 move, right? That $1,500 move. That $1,500 move could be real easy, right? Because that's that 31,580 that I'm talking about. However, getting beyond that, busting through this ceiling like we did right there on the 23rd. I mean, not on the 23rd, on the 13th. Right there. Tapped above, came back down. Means it's achievable. These are the things that I'm paying attention to right now. These are the things. When I'm looking at Ethereum is trying to become easy to be used. Vitalik Buterin is out there talking about this. I didn't touch on that fully during this video, but I have it in my description below. Go read Sometimes what I write is more than what I speak about, and sometimes vice versa. You should really take them both together. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. I hope you have a good one. If you have any questions, as always, drop me a note. Bye-bye.